Hey, what is up? How's it all going? This is the Creative Time Chamber show helping you get from shy creative to confident creative. And mistake number 6 is a mistake where I'm not so sure I could have avoided, but I feel was necessary to experience. So I had no balls to ask for things at the day job because I was afraid of being told no. I was afraid of rejection. So I worked at a cool company for 4 years. I was attracted to their in-store graphics, the store vibe, the clothing style. And this might be new to you. My first job wasn't a graphic design job. My day job at the time was working as a shop floor assistant / stockroom assistant. And in hindsight, I should have been more resourceful with what I had than what I wish I had. Taking advantage of the resources I had at the day job would have accelerated my creative confidence and would have gotten over the fear of rejection early on in my, let's say, portion of my young adult life. And if you're currently trying to build a creative business while working a full-time job, then the following will be useful for you. So I wonder how many of you listening have real experience running a creative business. As I begin to understand who is listening to the Creative Time Chamber, the chances are you have none and you're currently building something on the side of your day job as we speak. Question: do you think it's important to gather insights into how businesses are run at the top management level or the C-suite level? Or how about, do you think it's important to practice how to lead a team and be unafraid to express your thoughts on a subject matter? So the other mistake I made last year was I thought I was ready to hire, to literally have an employee create and produce graphics on the adjacent studio. Then a friend of mine asked me, have you led a team before, let alone a single employee? And that's what you call reality smacking you in the head. Of course, I didn't have experience being responsible for an employee. So she went on to tell me I was jumping into a level of business I wasn't ready for. It's the short-term versus the long-term thinking I explained in episode 12. I was then asked by the same friend, is it not smarter to test your ability to manage people in a safer environment, aka your day job? Is it also valuable to get to know the different kinds of characters and personalities you'll inevitably have to manage within a company setting? So if you are working at a day job, use those same questions I was asked by my dear friend to learn and gather more experience. The resources are there in front of you. You just got to be pragmatic, use the day job as your playground, and practice the art of communication before venturing full time into a business of your own. And it makes so much sense now, but it is safer to fail and practice at your job. But of course, you don't want to do anything to get yourself fired. My next point is the thing what ties business, passion projects, and life together are humans. So that store manager is probably friends with other store managers who probably know someone at a higher position. So you can see there's a huge network of people within reach of a few conversations. People would be your best asset, especially when you're aiming for a thriving and sustainable business. Your team determines how far you go, and your ability to communicate and have the confidence to make decisions, to have goals, to empower your team with your purpose and why. It's these traits I'm understanding are what matter. Just to quickly go back to what I said about having no balls. I don't know what it is about me, but I used to find it difficult to ask for days off, to the point where it felt wrong. It sounds so silly, right? However, if you feel the same, here's a trick I learned. So you're not really asking for time off. You're asking for time to improve your skills outside the day job so you can bring value back into the job when you return. Another example, you're not really asking for a pay rise. You're learning how to ask without regret. You're not really asking for contact details. You're learning how to improve your communication to become approachable. All this is about learning how to ask and learning to hear rejection. It's a slight mindset shift, and once you begin to remove fear of asking and fear of rejection, the bad results matter less because your mindset is one of growth and improvement. One rejection shouldn't be the end of you ever trying to ask again. So as much as this show is for you, I definitely needed to do this episode to remind myself what I need to overcome this year. So next time you go to work, practice one skill you might find yourself needing if you were to run a creative business. Whether that's small talk, sharing an idea, leading a discussion, it's all for the experience of learning how to be okay with failing. And that is it for this episode of the Creative Time Chamber. Really appreciate your time and much love for listening thus far. If you do want to connect, join at the CT Chamber on Twitter. And also I'll start promoting the Instagram, which is also at the CT Chamber. On there, I share quick takeaways to get you thinking and ready to take on the day ahead. So lastly, my name is Jonathan, and this is the Creative Time Chamber where you enter shy and leave more confident. All right, take it easy.